Hello friends and welcome. I am so very glad that you've joined me today because I love sharing with you top-notch, high-end, and drugstore products that I love so much that I'll definitely be repurchasing them. And of course, I'm just focusing on products that work beautifully on our mature skin. So if you're over 50 or over 60 like me, I hope you'll find this roundup of products to be especially helpful. My thanks to each of you if you're a return visitor to my channel or part of our wonderful family of subscribers. And for those of you who are new, a special welcome. My name is Elise and I'm a professional working makeup artist. And this channel is all about providing makeup tips, techniques, and product information for those of us who have passed that 50th milestone birthday or are close to it. Some things do get better with age, and we're one of them. And the right makeup, used the right way, can not only give us a powerful boost and be therapeutic, but it can also be just plain fun. So if this approach to beauty after 50 sounds interesting, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel by hitting that red subscribe button. And if you'd like also to be notified each time I release a new video, please also hit the bell icon, which is below the video and to the right. And one last thing before we dive into today's topic. I hesitate to always ask you to give my videos a thumbs up if you like them, but several really wonderful people have commented that they'd love to see my channel grow, and I thank you so very much for that support. So I wanted to let you know that you can really help my channel or any channel if you click that thumbs up icon to indicate that you liked the video. This helps because if a video receives a lot of thumbs up likes, the YouTube algorithm will suggest the video to other people. It can also greatly help if you share a video with other people and if you leave a comment. So a special thanks for any support you might give this channel by doing one or more of these things. Now, on to makeup that I'll definitely be repurchasing. And let's start with brow products. I usually end up combining eyebrow pencils and powders and sometimes eyebrow gel. When I want a soft eyebrow look, as I did today, my go-to brow product is a high-end product from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's their Brow Powder Duo in medium brown. Now, even though this is a high-end product and I use it often, I've had this same powder for well over a year and I haven't hit pan on it. So in terms of cost per wear, it's a really good value. And I do love the fact that there's a lighter and a darker color in each of these powder duos from ABH because it's really wonderful to have the option to go lighter or darker on your brows or lighter or darker on different parts of your brows by using this one handy product. But I hardly ever use this powder alone since I definitely need a little more definition along the top of my brows since they fit the word scraggly. To create this brow definition, I either use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Taupe, which I've talked about a lot, or a newer product that I've come to really like is my Clinique Superfine Liner for brows in soft brown. This is the Clinique Superfine Liner for brows, and I think you can see how very fine that tip is. This really is a superfine liner, which I found is great to use right along that very top area of my brows. Then because I have some very unruly brow hairs in my brow tails, I finish up with my Almay Brow Styler in medium brown. And this is my Almay Brow Styler. As you can see, there's a very fine applicator tip, which I really like. But there's one other product that I also love for a soft brow look, and I don't think I've ever mentioned it in any of my videos. It's Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows, and I use the color Supermodel. It gives a soft, natural look to the brows and fills them in really quite well. It also has an extremely tiny applicator tip, which is really wonderful for filling in thinner, sparser brows like mine. As you can see, the tip of this product again is really quite thin, so it works especially well if you have sparser brows. Before applying any eyeshadow, I can't go without my eye primer. Because I have quite a bit of discoloration on my eyelid area, I use a shade that matches my skin tone to cover up that discoloration. And none of you will be surprised by this choice if you've watched my videos. It's my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. As far as I'm concerned, this is a miracle product for preventing my eyeshadow from creasing or smudging and for covering up discoloration. And the good news is that it really does last all day and all night for that matter. Here's my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the color Eden. Now we'll move on to my favorite makeup product, and yes, I'm sure many of you have guessed it, eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to share 3 palettes with you that I use the most frequently, including 2 newer palettes. And one of the newer palettes didn't make my earlier Top 2020 Products video, since that video was filmed before I received this product. But it is my favorite eyeshadow palette of 2020. The first palette is my go-to palette for an all-matte neutral look, which I wear quite often. And these are colors all of us can wear, no matter what color eyes we have. It's my Juvia's Place The Warrior 2 palette. I'm sure many of you have seen me reference or use this palette before. And here are the colors, which are all mattes. As you saw, it not only has light, medium, dark, and very dark browns, but also a black and a beautiful deep red brown. But what I also love are the 2 light and deeper orange colors. I almost always apply just a small amount of one of these orange shadows along the top of the crease color. The orange adds some warmth to the eye area and a little more interest or pop. It's subtle, but very effective. The second palette is one I purchased just a couple of months ago that's a great complement to the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. In fact, it's the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, which they first came out with. It's a combination of golds, bronzes, and browns, and it's a beautiful mix of 3 mattes, which on their own create a beautiful look, 2 shimmers, and 4 metallic colors. It's absolutely stunning. And I've gone ahead and I've swatched a few of these beautiful metallic colors for you. And the final palette is one I truly love, and it's my favorite palette of 2020. It's ColourPop's At For Sight palette, which is a collaboration with a YouTuber by the name of Christy. There are so many things that I absolutely love about this palette. The first thing is that in a year that produced many palettes with pastel or primarily mid-tone colors, this is a palette, as you saw, with a full range of light to medium to gorgeous, rich, deeper colors. And even though there are 4 quite deep colors in this palette, as you saw, including a deep green, a blue-green, and a deep reddish-brown maroon, and a black that has some shimmer flecks, if these colors are applied very lightly with just one dip into the color, they definitely will look softer and be a lot more wearable for many of us. The second reason I love this palette is because in a year where a lot of palettes included a host of shimmers as well as pressed glitters, 9 of the 12 colors in this palette are mattes. 2 are shimmers, and 1 is a matte with some shimmer flecks mixed into it. So for many of us with a lot of texture in our eye area, having more mattes as options in a palette can be a real plus. Third, these colors blend together beautifully well and are very highly pigmented. They're just top quality. And ColourPop palettes are very reasonably priced. This one is $20, but often you can get them on sale. Moving on to our next product, I don't have a separate eyeliner product to mention because I most often will use the deep brown eyeshadow or mix the deep brown with black eyeshadow from the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 and Warrior palettes as my eyeliner. Sometimes I'm really looking for very long staying power with an eyeliner, so I'll pick up some eyeshadow on an angled brush from either of these 2 palettes and then spray my brush with Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray to absolutely ensure that the eyeshadow being used as eyeliner will stay locked into place for many hours. Next, I can't leave out my Laura Geller French Vanilla Baked Highlighter, which you've no doubt seen me use in almost every video where I've applied makeup. I use it on my eyelids, I use it under the arch of my brow, on the inner corner of my eyes, and to blend out the upper edge of my eyeshadow so there are no harsh edges. I happen to have this product in a duo with a Portofino highlighter, but the French Vanilla is really a matte, and it is sold separately. And the French Vanilla, as I mentioned, is so practical because I use it in so many different ways. Basically, what I'm looking for is a color here that pretty much matches my skin tone or is slightly lighter. So this may not be the right color for you, but finding a color that does match your skin tone or is slightly lighter can really help you in a multitude of ways. Under the eyes, I use a fantastic product which I've mentioned a lot. It's Color Science's Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy. And here's the Color Science product. It not only color corrects because of the colors it comes in, but it also decreases puffiness, it hydrates to reduce the look of fine lines, and has a mineral SPF of 35. It's definitely pricey, but you only need to use a very small amount, so it lasts really for quite a long time. I'll also be trying out a new Color Science product in a future video, which is a mineral sunscreen which provides some glow, which I think is a really interesting concept. It's called Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield Glow with an SPF of 50, and here's what it looks like. I really have high hopes for this product. Now, onto the face. A relatively new product that I've tried, which I absolutely love, is Taupe's the Liquid Silk Canvas Face Primer. It's an oil-free light primer that really helps makeup glide on, but most importantly for many of us is that it also minimizes the look of pores and fine lines. In addition, it contains some pink and gold pearl which helps even out the skin tone, and it also contains some skin-enhancing ingredients such as green tea, rice, and algae. It is pricey at $52, but there's also a travel size at $22. I also like Benefit's the Porefessional Hydrating Primer, but it doesn't have all the wonderful skin-enhancing ingredients that the Taupe product has. And here is Benefit's Porefessional Hydrating Primer. Our next products up are blush, contour, and highlight. I've recently talked about Rare Beauty's Liquid Blush and Highlight, and if you'd like to see a full review of these products, as well as a review of other Rare Beauty products, I've included a link to this video in the description box below. The blush is so easy to apply and very highly pigmented, so you literally only need about half a drop on each cheek. And another of its many pluses is that it is extremely long wearing. This is the shade I'm wearing called Happy. My other long-standing go-to cream blush is from RCMA. RCMA stands for Research Council of Makeup Artists, and it can be purchased either in this palette of 5 different colors, or each color can also be purchased separately. These are so buttery soft and smooth and absolutely glide onto the skin. This product can be found on the Beautylish website or on the Camera Ready Cosmetics online site. For highlighter, I really like another product from Rare Beauty, as I mentioned, their Liquid Luminizer. This happens to be in the shade Mesmerize. And just like the blush, it glides on and really has a beautiful soft glow. It's what I'm wearing today. And I really hope that Wet n Wild never stops making their wonderful contour sticks. They come in 2 colors, and this is a color called Wears Walnut, which is a cool tone color, which is the deepest option. I've used this so much that the name on the product is totally worn off. The other color that they make is a warmer tone color, but this one works great as contour. But I find it easiest to contour my nose with a powder highlighter rather than a cream highlighter. So I use Benefit's Powder Bronzer in Dallas. It comes separately in a mini version, but I happen to have it in this Benefit Blush, Bronze, and Highlight palette, which is called Cheek Stars Reunion Tour. This is a compilation of a lot of Benefit's best-selling bronzers and blushes, and also a highlighter. The Dallas shade that I mentioned that I use is on the upper left side. I have 3 different concealers that I regularly use. 2 I use for the face and 1 on my lips. For a long time, I've been using Laura Mercier's Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the shade 2C. But I've recently discovered Clinique's Even Better Concealer in Alabaster. They're both extremely creamy, and they have about the same amount of coverage, but I often combine them to get just the right color that I need on my outer face area. And to help camouflage my lip line and lip color, I like to use a less expensive concealer, so I use Maybelline's Age Rewind Concealer in Light Pale. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this concealer. It really is top-notch. Moving on to powders, I have both a Holy Grail setting powder as well as a Holy Grail finishing powder. I love Laura Mercier's Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and the finishing powder is one that I've talked about in quite a few videos. This is my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and this is the palette that contains my favorite finishing powder. It's from Hourglass, and it's the lightest one in the very top row in the middle. And as you can see, these palettes have a number of different kinds of options in blushes, bronze, as well as finishing powders. But all of these can be purchased singly. I love the lighter colored diffused light finishing powder in this palette, which is in the top middle of this particular palette. But I'm also interested in eventually purchasing a shade called Ethereal, which looks beautiful too. Because of my very sensitive eyes, I've only found one mascara that I've been able to wear on my top lashes. It's from Tarte, and it's their Lights Camera Lashes mascara. The other one that I can wear from Tarte is one called their Lights Camera Flashes mascara. And I use Clinique's Bottom Lash mascara on my bottom lashes. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and this is the Bottom Lash mascara from Clinique, which is so wonderful because it has this tiny little applicator, which means that it goes on so easily to bottom lashes. Well, we've finally reached the last products that I'll be talking about today, products for the lips. Because of the fine lines that I have around my mouth, which seem to absolutely attract lipstick into them, I definitely need a lip liner that will act as a barrier between my lips and those fine lines. And I imagine a few of you might have that same issue. I've found L'Oreal's Age Perfect lip liners really do the job, but I do apply a double coat of the liner around the edge of my lips. I have the L'Oreal Age Perfect lip liners in 3 colors, but they do come in many other colors as well. I have Splendid Plum, Perfect Burgundy, and Bold Orchid. I'm also a fan of L'Oreal's 2 Age Perfect lipstick formulas. Their Luminous Hydrating and Nourishing Serum formula, and in this particular formula, I have the colors Perfect Burgundy and Splendid Plum. I'll show them to you. Perfect Burgundy is on the top and Splendid Plum underneath it. And of course, they have many other colors that work well on warmer skin tones. The other formulation that they have is called their Satin Lipstick with Precious Oils. I have this particular one in Vibrant Fuchsia. And here's the Vibrant Fuchsia. But to get just the right lipstick color that I want, I have to mix in some other lipsticks. Usually I'll mix in Too Faced Marsha, which is really a fun throwback retro color. And you gotta love the sparkly case it comes in. And here's what Marsha from Too Faced looks like. The other lipstick that I'll sometimes mix in is Huda Beauty's After Party. This is a Huda Beauty After Party lipstick. And here's what it looks like. It's a gorgeous plum metallic. You can see if you can pick up some of the sparkle. Wow, that was a lot of products to go through, but I love sharing my favorite products that I'd repurchase with you. They really are so good. I'd love to know what some of your favorite products are that you'll definitely be repurchasing. So I hope in the comments section below you'll share some of those products with us. It would be really fun to know what products you're loving right now. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button if you like this video and to share it with a friend who might also find it helpful. Until next Thursday, I hope you have a peaceful, happy, and an absolutely fabulous rest of your day. Take care.